everybody just talk, nobody really do it. I'm not a yard, my dish to kill him, it's
For today, I want to discuss the differences between the merger and consolidation. You might be wondering, what are the distinct differences between the two, and the procedures to make the plan effective? At the end of this presentation, I want you to learn the effects in case the plan is issued, and have an immediate touch about appraisal right. The concept of the merger. Is that the merger? It is the union of two or more corporations whereby one or more but not all constituent corporations are absorbed by one, which continues in existence, and retains its name and corporate identity, which is called the surviving corporations. Now let's proceed to the concept of consolidation. Consolidation is the union of two or more corporations, whereby the existence of the constituent corporations is terminated and will create a new one, which is called the consolidated corporation. Now, to not be confused between the two, I will ask my friends from the company at Merger and Consolidation, Mark and Sally.
Hi, I am Mark. The merger is when the rights, privileges, franchises, and property of the constituent corporations are merged into the surviving corporation. Meaning, a company is merged into one company, and the latter company will be eliminated and one only survives.
And I am Sally. On the other hand, in the consolidation, the rights, privileges, franchises, and the property of the constituent corporations are united, and becomes the rights, privileges, franchises, and property of the new corporation, which is called a consolidated corporation.
Merger and consolidation procedures. 1. The board of directors of each corporation involved must approve the plan for merger and consolidation. 2. Shareholders or members of each corporation must approve the plan. 3. Articles of merger or consolidation shall be executed by each of the constituent corporations, signed by the president or vice president, and certified by the secretary or assistant secretary of each corporation. 4. The articles of merger or consolidation shall be submitted to the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC for its approval. 5. The merger or consolidation shall be effective only when the SEC issue a certificate of merger or consolidation. Effects of merger or consolidation. The constituent corporations shall become a single corporation, meaning, it becomes the surviving corporation in case of a merger, and the consolidated corporation in case of consolidation. The separate existence of the constituent corporations shall cease or come to an end, except the ones that become the surviving corporations or the consolidated corporations. As I said in the previous, the surviving or consolidated corporation shall possess all the rights, privileges, and immunities. Meaning, they shall be subject to all the duties and responsibilities of a corporation organized under the Corporation Code. Again, because the surviving or consolidated corporation shall possess all the rights, privileges, franchises, property, and all the interests of each corporation, they shall be liable for all the liabilities of each of the constituent corporations, regardless whether the creditor consented or not to such merger or consolidation. This might not be a review and you might find this weird, but the best representation of a merger is like the possession of a ghost. Imagine a two corporation, and only one of the two individuals survives, which is the ghost, who has now the control of the body. On the other hand, imagine Goten and Trunks doing a fusion that resulted in a new one called Gotenks, where in the business term, the union of two corporations and create a new one, is called a consolidated corporation. Appraisal right. Appraisal right is the right given to a dissenting stockholder to demand payment of the fair value of his shares, like in the following cases. 1. In case of any amendment to the Articles of Incorporation has effect of changing or restricting the rights of any stockholders or class of shares, authorizing preferences in any respect superior to those of outstanding shares of any class, or extending or shortening the term of corporate existence. 2. In case of a sale, lease, exchange, transfer, mortgage, pledge, or other disposition of the corporate property. 3. In case of merger or consolidation. 4. In case of investment funds by the corporation in another corporation, or for the primary purpose. Here's the question. Who may exercise appraisal right? The answer is any stockholder who dissented from or voted against the proposed corporate action. How right is exercised? First, the stockholder submits his written demand on the corporation within 30 days. After the date on which the vote was taken for payment of fair value. Second, within 10 days after demanding payment for his shares, the dissenting stockholder shall submit the certificate of stock representing his shares. Third, the corporation shall pay to the stockholder the fair value of the shares within 30 days from the time such fair value is determined. When paid fair value of shares ceases. It is when the dissenting stockholder withdraws his demand for payment, and the corporation consents. If the proposed corporate action is abandoned or rescinded by the corporation. If proposed corporate action disapproved by the Commission. If the Commission determines that the stockholder is not entitled to the appraisal right. If the dissenting shares are sold by the dissenting stockholder, after the notation on the stock certificate.